Ball is teed up. Zane Gonzalez to do the honors. And we're off and running from Gillette. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll run it with Travion Henderson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stop made by the first rounder out of Tennessee, James Pierce.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
They bring Diggs in motion. May now from the gun. Right side and into the hands of Douglas. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Henderson's going to get it on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's hit and set out of bounds, so this ends as a gain of close to 7, 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a New England 1st down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. May on 1st and 10. Henry on the catch. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. They get 22 out of that play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's May. He'll get this to Henry. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Just everybody in the huddle on the sidelines. Sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. All right, time to get this 2nd quarter going. The Patriots set up inside the red zone.
Hey, what's that? What? Hey, we're good.
Here's May, 3rd and goal. Throws caught. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively, and they've made it 4th and goal.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
A 25-yard attempt.
Borregales connects. And all the way into the 2nd quarter, our opening drive ends in 3.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Cousins looking to throw right away here. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down.
19 yards. And the Falcon 1st down.
Back to throw, Cousins. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's across midfield into Patriots territory. Working quickly here.
Yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Now Cousins on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And this drives him back out of field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and
Not much
12
scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Gillette after this. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. To the air, Cousins. Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down. Now they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Throwing on 3rd, Cousins. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
And it's 4th down.
Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
Two. Last 50.
Raheem Morris finds an official, and he gets a timeout in before the play clock runs out. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. On 4th down, here's Cousins. That's caught beyond the marker. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. What a play on 4th down. Give him the first after a gain of 27.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
A toss now to Robinson. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jelani Tavai picks it off. 2nd and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have 2 choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable 3rd down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Mario Douglas, the intended target. So 2nd down coming up.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a New England first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's Henderson on the give. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes second and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Sticking with Henderson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down, May. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on second and 10. Trying an inside give to Henderson. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Now it's Andres Borregales to try the Patriots field goal. It's about 43 yards for it.
A 43-yard attempt.
Borregales connects. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for them. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Borregales on to send it away. Devin Tompkins to return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
Tompkins on the return. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Looking quickly here.
Brings up second and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Running here with Bajan. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
A loss of the yard on the play. It's now third down and 4.
They'll work against the blitz. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond third down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now, time's not on their side either.
And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Result of the play.
First and 10 from the 32. From the gun, it's May. That's taken in by Henry. And he is into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots push their lead further to start the half. May brings the Patriots up to go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion.
Maybe a little armchair quarterback after that call. It's like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
So they didn't call on him following the touchdown, but they do call on him here as he sends this away. Tompkins now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. About ready to go now. 1st and 10. Play fake. Penix. Finds him on the crossing route. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Offense to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. To the air with Penix. Connects with his back, Algier. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. And dose of the hurry-up here.
And the Falcons, 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Completed to his running back. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Looking for his back, but it will not find him. It's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
and I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Penix is going to throw again. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. This spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Trying for it with Penix. He's got it to his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Offense in the hurry up here.
Gain of 6. That's another Falcons 1st down. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Atlanta.
Penix on 1st down. Forced out to his right. He can run it. He's got it in the red zone. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Here's Penix. And this is going to fall incomplete. We made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Try and run here with Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense up to the line fast. On 1st down, here's Penix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, Penix. This one's caught. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 8. And the Falcons 1st down.
Robinson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd
Penix.
and goal.
Caught out wide. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now Cousins leading his Falcons to the line. They're going for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll go play action. And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit.
Falcons 8.
3 quarters in the books from this one. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded by Henderson. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. New set of downs for them from the 31. May on 1st and 10. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up. Now, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued, too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
45-yard line.
Putting the tight end in motion. And off headed left. Henderson dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They bring Diggs in motion. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now, just before the 2-minute warning can hit, Brock, whistles and a timeout taken by this defense. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Back to throw it. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough. Falcons losing by 4. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
First down.
Here he is to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots' 33-yard line.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Black, black.
He'll look to throw it. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
And the Falcons, first down.
Setting up to pass.
First down, Falcons.
This is thrown towards a defender instead. Man, he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
He knocked it away again, and a couple of good reps in coverage have brought up third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Listen to me. Ready? What's that?
Looking to throw it. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
That's another Falcons first down. First and goal.
Now Cousins again. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Now Gonzalez on to kick this one away. Fielded by Henderson. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Here goes tonight.
May looking to throw. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3 now.
Where was that? Eddie, what's that?
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. From the gun, it's May. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's second. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
Here goes tonight.
Off the play action, May. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates in to pick it off. And the Falcons make the play that should win them this game. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on first down. Design quarterback run here. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.